Half Moon Key. This is the new clamshell section. They moved them down towards this end, which I don't know if I like that or not. They don't have the rope out here. It's wide open. The roped off section's over here. The pirate bar is down here.
What up, what up, what up? Sideways. Coming in hot. Coming in hot. I'm gonna be like Cam Newton dabbing up in here. Coming in hot.
He's going to hit me in the head.
Coming in hot.
It's going to knock me out.
Oh, my. Hope everyone is doing well.
Yes, thank you for
Hopefully we
joining
can
us.
make it through tonight. There's bad storms. Like every night in the South, there's bad storms. Or the North-South is the Gilberts call North Carolina. Hey, did you see the video where the carnival? All right.
Aren't we having an exciting night?
Can y'all hear me? Let me know that you can hear me. Jeez Louise.
Wow. Oh my gosh, that is so funny.
What'd you say?
Carnival Cruise Addicts gave us
$5 for the power bill. Sorry, guys. You know, I don't have a job. Things are kind of tough now, right? Jeez.
Wow.
Yeah. That. Thank you so much, CCA.
Yes, thank you.
Let me try to get this up and going again.
Wow.
Yeah, a little crazy. I think I just had mentioned that there were storms up here and that things were bad, and then the power.
Total black.
Yeah, your power went out.
Yep.
So let's see if we can get things back up and running here.
Wow.
Jeez.
Is that a first? I mean, we've had it.
We've had a lot of issues before,
but I think that's the first time that we've ever just completely lost power.
Yeah, I think it is. It is maybe the first time we've lost complete power like that. But
well, while you're getting stuff out, have y'all tried this from Chick-fil-A? This is Diet Lemonade Dragon Fruit. It is like the best stuff ever. It's just delicious. Mike doesn't like it.
So cruising. Cruising Complete says, hello, by the way, and welcome in. That's what happens when you remove your gratuities. You lose your power, right?
we've never taken our gratuities off.
Oh, jeez. Yeah.
We give over and beyond.
Yeah. So listen, we're going to go ahead. It's only 10 after here. So we're going to shoot for, we got one person in the green room. We're going to get the other person in the green room. Just in case we may lose power again, we're going to probably try to do this little debate quicker than we originally were, just in case it hits us again. So if the other person that's going to come on can go ahead and jump in the green room, we'll go ahead and bring you on in the house. But yeah, so I'm going to run back at the beginning here and say Lisa's Cruise Adventures is in the house. Hello, Lisa.
Hi.
Showers are in the house. Good to see
Hi.
Roy and Amanda. Good to see you. Fisher Fun Ventures is in here. Good to see you. Captain Billy J is in here. Good to see you. Carla is in here. And we got Mr. Habib is in the house. Good to see you. Mr. Anthony's in here. CCA is in here. Thank you so much for the super chat. Felicia's here. Hello, hello. Say, we're bringing them out of the woodworks whenever we talk about taking gratuities off.
Yes.
So just a little quick, well, let's go ahead and say hello to everybody. Miss Carla is in the house. Did I say Carla earlier? Okay. Miss Betsy's in here. Frozen sad. Yeah.
Oh, well, we were frozen. All right.
We were out. We was completely, we're in our basement. And there's no lights there.
No,
and
pitch black.
It was pitch black. We had to cut our phones on to even try.
Anthony comes running down the stairs.
It's completely black. I don't know what to do. You know, his whole world's gone with his electronics are out. MED is in the house. Good to see you, Miss Marianne Dillon. And then we also got Frozen. Was it a good? I can't wait to go back and see what the picture was. Frozen. Was it like?
Somebody said, was it
picking
beach?
my nose or something? Lovey equals Elsa. Let it go. Let it go. That's right. Let it go. That's kind of like my hairline there, just similar to yours. Just Dave is in here. How you doing?
I'm sorry. Topic so controversial, YouTube won't air it.
That's right. That's right.
Gosh, are we going to be banned?
I think we won. Okay. So it must have been taking bets on, if they'd come back or not. I just see the C. The Gilberts are in the house. Good to see the Gilberts.
Guys.
I thought it was me too, so I reloaded.
Nope, it was us.
Sorry about that. I don't know. We've went out before, but not like within the first 30, 45 seconds like that. Let's see what else we got here.
Whoa.
Let's don't do that.
What have you done?
Michelle, this is more complicated than just. All right, who else we got in here? I mean, I didn't mean to say Brian is in here. I want to say Brianna, but Brian is in the house.
Hey, Brian.
Robin says, any idea why it's frozen? Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, the power went out here in North Carolina.
And that's the second time today because my clock was flashing.
Yeah, it did go out earlier today, too, just for no reason, just boom. Let's see. Alan Hunt is in here. Good to see you, Mr. Allen. No job, no power. That's right.
I do work.
But I don't. Good. Quentin's in the house. How you doing, Quint? Good to see you. Good to see you. Let's see who else we got in here. Cruising Complete. I think we talked about it. That's what happens when you move your gratuities. Tess is in here. I was so confused. It doesn't take much in my 53 years. Well, I'm 54, so I'm right there with you, Tess. And Michelle, I'm not going to say. Go ahead and hit me, Michelle, because I thought about it.
I'm running. Okay. I'm running right behind y'all.
Behind y'all? Yes. Out of power. Mr. Cruise Fever's in here. Cruise tips need to be automatic into the cruise fare. Okay. Yeah, some places are doing that now. Team Carl, I know for a fact that Nightbot removes gratuities. Where in North Carolina? I'm in Clayton. So you're in Clayton. I know where Clayton's at because I used to go down there and do weightlifting competition with Lizard Lick Towing, Amy, and big tall blonde-headed guy. I just saw Ronnie Shirley. We used to go to the weightlifting competitions, and they used to come to ours up here in Winston-Salem. So I know exactly where Clayton, North Carolina is at. Cruise with Alina's in here. I take ours off and pay as we go. It makes me feel better to give. We are very generous, and I tip the way I tip everything. If you do good, I tip more. Okay. And these are great points. The hamster must have fallen off the wheel. Yes. And let's see what else. Not always, but lately we do this. Okay. Okay, I think we got all the way through here.
You flew, and Robin, we're right outside of Winston-Salem.
Yeah, we're just outside in
Tobaccoville.
Tobaccoville, North Carolina, just around King, Ralph 52. And let's see if we can. I don't see the other person in here yet, but I'm gonna try to see. I can get in here. Oh, they just popped in here. They're there. They're there. So listen, this is how it's going to be tonight. Going to have a little fun with this. It's a serious subject, but we are going to have a little fun with it. We got two great channels, two great people that are willing to come on, tell us a little bit about how many cruises they've been on. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do this kind of like the old, I don't know if y'all remember this or not, but some of you old heads may remember this, but way back when, Lolita Loca used to have the cruise, was it the Cruise Wars? I think that's what it was called. And they used to have subjects and they debated it for, you didn't necessarily agree with what you were going to debate, but you debated for a few minutes and then, everybody voted on who won or not. So we're looking at 81% so far says they do not take them off. Okay. So 81%. So it's right around 80-20. Let's say 80-20 is what people are taking off and leaving, or leaving it on is 80%. 20% are taking it off. So let's close this one out. And we got these two channels that are going to come on, and they're going to have 3 minutes each. And we're going to Michelle, write a number down between 1 and 10, and it'll be the number whatever you pick. And the two guests coming on will guess a number between 1 and 10. And whoever's the closest without going over will win. And you can't say the same number. And after the 3 minutes on each side, then we'll give a 2-minute rebuttal for, like, let's say if number one, person A won, then person B would get to go first on the rebuttal. So basically, we're going to have 5 minutes. And you don't have to use the whole 3 minutes and 2 minutes. You can say, okay, that's all I got to say. Do want to keep it civilized. I know this is something that's very emotional for people. People get really attached with this. No name calling, please. I know the two people in the back are not going to call each other names, but if you're in the chat, we don't need you, I get it that, if you want to make a comment like, leaving them on, you're stupid, or really don't even want that. But taking them off, you're cheap, you're a SOB or something like that. We don't want to do that. We're all grown adults here. Maybe we can learn a little bit, because I did learn something from this. Did you not, Michelle?
I learned a lot from this. Actually something quite surprising.
Right.
One particular thing that was really surprising and shocked me and made me very unhappy.
Yeah. I did too. So what triggered this was there's a video out on YouTube, a channel called Embrace Today. We don't really watch a whole lot of their stuff, but for some reason YouTube threw it up for me.
I had never seen
the channel before, her and her husband. And the video came out like 2 weeks ago and it had 100,000 views on it. And it was about taking gratuities off. And they said they never had before, but they started doing it. So I watched that video. It was interesting. And then 4 or 5 days ago, they put a second video out and it's already got like 10, 15,000 views on it. And
because people went crazy.
They went crazy over it. So it's a hot topic. It's been a hot topic for many, many years, probably since the late 90s. But I want to have some fun with this. I mean, not make fun, but let's bring on our guest and then we'll let them debate. And right before they start debating, we're going to let you decide on who you think wins the debate conversation, not who you like the most, listening to what they're saying. Why do you agree with it? It could be you factually agree with what they're saying, or you morally agree with what they're saying, but not who's favorite. You know what I mean? Now, I don't, nothing like that. Or I've cruised with them 100 times. I like them better. So we'll put that up too and let you vote on which one at the very end you feel like.
Is this Ronnie that's saying, ooh, I finally get to use the timeout feature?
Yeah, you may, Ronnie, you may. You may. All right, so we're going to bring our first guest up, and it is a female. It's going to be a female versus male night tonight. So it's going to be a female, and we're going to bring her up in here. She's going to say the name of her channel and say hello to everybody, and then we'll bring our male up. So let's go ahead and add them right to the stage. Hello. Hey, Miss Lisa.
Hey, how are you both?
Doing great.
We're better now. Under a little pressure with the whole power going out, but we are doing better now. I'm in the basement outside trying to text you and the other person saying power's out, and then Michelle's like, "Well, the power came back on. Why are you outside?"
I thought he went out and like flipped the switch for the anyway.
Got it.
So, Lisa,
Well,
how about tell us, number one, we see the name of your channel, Lisa's Cruise Adventures, but maybe tell us how many cruises you've been on, how many years you've been cruising, and just why, real quick, you like to cruise.
So my very first cruise was an overnight junket out of on the Carnival Destiny out of Newport News, Norfolk area in 1996. And
Sunshine, right?
yeah, it was quite a long time. It was just an overnight. It was all inclusive. We paid a certain fee. Everybody from my office went. It was great. I mean, it was brand new ship came across. It was wonderful. And then it was quite a number of years before I cruised again. 2015 we started. And I don't even know how that happened. I guess we canceled the Princess cruise going to Alaska and I decided I'm going cruising again. So we boarded the Carnival Fantasy for our anniversary, I think it was, and just had a wonderful time. And I have cruised 45 times with Carnival.
Oh, wow. So you're way up in the diamond level, huh?
Yeah, wow.
I have 200, let me just reference this. I have 256 cruise days right now.
Man, you're working on that. Yeah, you're working on that year. You'll probably get that in the next 3 to 5 years, right?
Well, so my casino play does not harm me at all. I think that will, yeah.
That's why a lot of people, are upset about the VIFP, and I understand that in the rewards program. But if you are a gambler and even if you don't have 45 cruises and you like to gamble, you can probably get to diamond a lot quicker, right? From the way you read it?
From the way I read it, yes, that is true. I think the more money you spend, the quicker you'll get your status for the 2 years. I'm not happy about it, but I'm just going to say I'm never cheated on Carnival, but I did status match with MSC, so we'll see how that works.
Yeah, okay. Hey, you gotta. Hey, as long as you're not married to them and cheating on them. I mean, cheating every once in a while the other way is okay. I was talking to my son today, and he's got like Under Armour, Nike, and some other company. It was Aeropostale. And I was like, back when I was young, you wore either all Nike, all Champion, all one brand. You didn't wear like one of each one. He goes, no, it's not like that way anymore, Dad. And I was like, okay. All right, so we got another person on. It is a male. Is anybody going to guess who that is? Well, we're not going to waste our time waiting on that. We're just going to bring them on in the house. Somebody that's been part of the channel for a long time. And actually, if I'm not mistaken, I'll let them tell you this, I think they were an OG moderator for the Cruise Wars at one time. Or they were at least were on there. I remember very quickly, them and their spouse. So let's go ahead and add them on. Hey, how you doing, Roy?
Hello. I'm good. How are y'all?
I am doing much better that you're here and that we have power. I had to switch you to the top and I went down to the bottom here, right?
Well, we had windstorms stay here, so it's crazy that y'all have them and we don't have them. So,
yeah, it is crazy. So, real quick, same thing like we asked Lisa, maybe, I mean, if you can't remember exactly the number of cruises, that's fine. But, how many cruises you've been on, how many different cruise lines you've been on, and just, why do you like cruising?
okay, well, we've been on this many cruises.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
43 cruises.
Okay.
Like 20 with Carnival. And we did Royal Caribbean, Norwegian, MSC, Princess, Celebrity, Virgin, Margaritaville, and that's it. So everybody but Disney, basically.
Okay.
And cruising, we like it because of the ocean. We love the ocean. And so that's our easiest way to get there. We live in Florida, but it's 2 hours to the beach. Might as well get on the ship, and go on the cruise. So, it's 2013 was our first cruise on a Carnival Elation.
Elation was one of our early ones too. Yeah,
maybe New Orleans. No, sorry, New Orleans was the first one. So
awesome.
Yeah. Awesome.
So, just want to say also both these channels, Roy, what's the name of yours? I'm gonna let you say it. I know what it is, but everybody here needs to know the name of your channel.
Technically, it's Shal's Special Features, but we call it the Shows, so it's Shows Special Features.
Okay, special. We've got Lisa's Cruise Adventure, and also Lisa is the OG on the Carnival Sunshine. So if you got any Carnival Sunshine questions or answers you need, go check out that page. She's got an awesome, the OG Carnival Sunshine page as well. So go check that out on Facebook. Left to right. I know I always say ladies first, but actually, Roy, you're first on my screen, left to right. Michelle's got a number here written down. So closest 1 to 10 without going over. What do you think?
4.
Okay. Lisa?
6.
Right on the money.
Right on the money. It was 6. They got that. The women, I know you sent that her way probably. All right. So this is how it's going to work. We got 3 minutes, and let me go ahead and I'll wait and put the poll up during the rebuttals, not right now. So that way you can start voting. Because if you start voting on who you thought won now, that's just kind of cheating, right?
Yes.
So we'll go back at the end of the rebuttals and let you guys decide who won. And I hate to say win and lose, but whoever you felt like displayed the conversation the best and maybe influenced you, there will be a small prize. So we will reach out to Roy or Lisa and provide a small prize to them as well.
Actually, Roy can go first.
Oh, you want to give it up first?
up.
Looks like a law firm or something, right?
Ah,
Okay.
strategic.
Strategic here. Now, Roy, you can decline that if you don't want to go first and say, no, Lisa, you won, you go first.
No. I'll go first. It's a pressure situation here. I'm good with it. I was going to actually get a tiki mask and put over my face, but they're actually glued to the wall. I can't take them down. So.
Okay, so we got 3 minutes. I'm going to hit 3 minutes. And Roy, just to tell everybody up front, well, no, just make it new for us right here. You start talking about your point of view on this. They are opposite in what they believe, or not really believe, but what this question is. And we're going to start it, and you don't have to use the whole 3 minutes. If you want to turn it back over, Roy, you can just say, okay, I'm done, and we'll start with Lisa. But we're going to start now.
Okay, so my response to this is you should take your gratuities off, especially maybe not take them off, but definitely not prepay. I mean, you're not walking into any other restaurant prepaying your gratuities. You're not going to get a carry-out order from McDonald's and tipping people ahead of time. I'm a firm believer in gratuities are earned, not given. So for the cruise ship, just to say, pay us a gratuity. We don't care about our service on day 1, which I know they don't do it till like day 3, but still. I just think for that, I believe the workers do a good job and they do earn a gratuity, but I think it should be up to the passengers to pay that gratuity, not a certain amount. It shouldn't say $18 a day or whatever. If somebody wants to give $5 to their waiter, so be it. I'm also not big into like I said, I just don't like people begging for money. I mean, you should earn your tip. If you're going to get a tip, we should give it to you based on your service. I mean, that's really what all it comes down to for me. Like I said, if you stay in a hotel for a week, you're not prepaying gratuities to your room steward. If you go to a restaurant, you're not paying for a dishwasher to get a tip or anything like that. So I say take them off and just tip people that actually help you. If you feel like your room steward deserves $20, give them $20. If your bartender's good, give them a couple bucks a drink. Your waiters, give them a couple dollars. But I watch a lot of YouTube and a lot of people complain about how bad their service is. You're still giving them a tip. Why? Their service is crap. The people have to stand up eventually and say, we're not giving you our money anymore for the service that's not there anymore. And that's just, take them off. They're still going to give you your service. You're still going to get your food. You're still going to get your stuff washed. So I say take them off.
Okay. Anything you got still 50 seconds? You want to kind of turn that over, or you want to go in something deeper with that?
Well, also, I have heard through the grapevine in my cruising career that from cruise workers, they really don't get the gratuities anyway. It helps offset their pay. And the cruise lines help pay for like airlines sometimes, or it's kind of like when a waitress makes $10 an hour, their hourly rate is $4 an hour, and they rely on the others for tips. And we've had 3 workers from 3 different cruise lines tell us that's how it is. So behind the scenes there, we actually know people who have told us they don't get those gratuities. Like they're not getting I think if you do the math on the horizon, it's 3,900 people, average $16 a so each employee $240 something a week. They're not seeing those gratuities in their pocket. So, and that's coming straight from cruise ship workers, so.
That's the 3 minutes. So you got it in. I was shocked that you got 3. I don't know if I could do 3 minutes. Yep. All right. So we'll let Lisa go next. She has 3 minutes to say why. I guess now she leaves it on. Why she leaves it on. After that 3 minutes, or whenever she says, okay, I'm done with what I want to say, we'll turn around and let her do the rebuttal to what Roy said for 2 minutes. So the next 5 minutes is all Lisa's. So Lisa, you ready?
I am ready.
And just let everybody know in the chat, after this is over, after they leave tonight, I've got a buku of information that I researched that I'd like to tell you guys about. And some of it was pretty.
It was compelling.
Unbelievable. Yeah. And plus, we're going to tell you our opinion on it.
Right.
All right, we'll tell you our opinion on it too. All right, so Lisa, you ready?
Yes, I am.
All right, so go.
Okay, so I have a few points that I want to make. I leave the gratuities on. I'm also overly generous. I believe that there are behind the scenes people that do not see like the 18% gratuities that are automatically added to our drinks, or room stewards that get, over and above whatever we tip them besides the gratuities. You've got people that are down in the basement, the belly of the ship, that pick through our trash, that separate the food from the plastic, from the paper, from dirty diapers to other unmentionable things out of each stateroom. They have to load that chum barrel. I mean, this is stuff that that's a job that's just dirty, disgusting. And that tip money helps them support their families back home. And I understand that a lot of people feel that cruise ships should just increase our fare. I don't believe in that either. I think that the tip is the way that they can track these tips is go in, assign a certain amount per cabin, and then they can distribute it fairly among the crew every time that the ship sails. That's one good way. It's a gratuity pool, and I've done some research on that, and it is split. I've talked to crew members before, particularly bartenders that still rely on this to get where they need to get to pay their family. Airfare is provided by the cruise ships, so they don't have to pay that. But as somebody told me earlier, they do have to get to that cruise ship the initial time. So, whatever money they're spending away from their family, it helps them in the long run because they're able to give that back to their family to help survive. I'm just really passionate about not removing those tips because there's more behind the scenes than what we see. People that wash our sheets, people that load our luggage. You don't see them getting the upfront tips from us. There are just in front of the scenes people. I still tip. I'll give an occasional $5 bill to somebody I see cleaning the stairs or, bathroom attendants. Sometimes I'll slip them a 20 because, they don't get to see what everybody else that's in front of the scenes gets to see from us. But it's mainly the behind the scenes crew that I'm worried about. And that's why I leave my tips on.
Okay. You got 15 seconds. You want to say that's it, and then we'll start on a rebuttal?
Yeah, we can say that's it. Okay. Basically, my heart says I need to leave it on.
Okay. That was a good 3 minutes for each one of you. So now we're going to do the rebuttals. And then after we do the rebuttals, we're going to put up here and let you guys, based off what you've heard, who do you feel like won the conversation here? And again, I want to say, number one, thank you both for being cordial about this.
Yes, thank you for coming on.
Because this is a tough conversation. It's easier, easier when 80% believe one way. And thank you, Lisa, for coming on and saying that and being articulate on how you're saying it. But it's even tougher, like for Roy to come on if knows he's in the 20% of taking them off, but he did say he tips other people.
Yeah.
It's a tough. So thank you both for coming on. We're going to go down to 2 minutes each, and this is the rebuttal round. So on the rebuttal round, it's supposed to be Lisa first, and then it will end by Roy. So Lisa, we'll go ahead and start your rebuttal to what Roy said originally, and you may have brought some of this up already in your 3 minutes, but we're going to go ahead and start that right now.
So, Roy, the thing that really jumped out at me was the very first thing you said, that this is not a restaurant. I understand it's not a restaurant, but it is a cruise ship. And there are, as in restaurants, waitresses have to tip out. So they tip out the dishwashers and all of that. They don't tip out on these ships. If we give them an extra bit, it's split between our servers. It's not split between the people that prep the food or, wash the dishes, or, like I said, separate all the food from the dishes to go, off the ship as chum. So I understand your view of it, but my view would be, we're not tipping. That money doesn't go toward those waiters, those bartenders, those whatever. It goes towards the behind the scenes people. And that's one of the reasons why I leave it on. Earned, I feel like they have earned everything that they're getting. I'm on vacation. They earn it by keeping my towels clean every day. If I want a clean towel, I can get a clean towel. If I want the deck cleaned at night when we don't see those people out there, they get a portion of those tips too. The people that clean the pool, the lifeguards, they all get a portion of those tips. It's split between every single member of the crew. And I just feel like they deserve it. I don't think that they have to earn it per se, but it's deserved because that's what their job is. So we talk about behind the scenes. Yes, it's the behind the scenes people that
20 seconds left.
Okay. I don't feel it's begging at all. I don't think that they're begging us for tips. I think that it's a part of their contract, and they get those tips as a part of their contract, and that's what helps them support their families.
All right, that's 3 seconds left, and good job. All right, y'all getting ready here. Roy's gonna have his 2 minutes, and then we're gonna put the little poll up for a couple minutes and let you guys decide who you felt voice their opinion. Both of you voice your opinion. Who do you side with more? I don't know how else to say that. It's going to be a tough battle here, though. You ready, Roy?
Yeah, I guess.
You guess? All right, we're going to start.
I think I'm
All
getting
right.
death threats in the chat already, I think.
No, you're
Oh,
not.
no. I hope you're not getting that now. All right, go ahead and go.
Okay, I agree that they work very hard. And giving a bartender $20 at the beginning of your cruise, you will get better service. It's blackmail to the finest, but you do get better service. Cash is king, man. They'll give you better service. But back to the tip thing, we just did a lot of research, and like I said, 3 different cruise employees. It was mind-boggling to hear that they don't get those tips that we're leaving. And this ain't just Carnival. This was other cruise lines. I won't say the names, but it was other cruise lines that we cruise every day. I will not say they don't work hard. They definitely deserve more pay, but I think the cruise line should give them the pay regardless. We shouldn't have to compensate them with our tip money. And one worker actually showed us, we've seen her paycheck. It shows the tips there supplemented her pay. So, yeah, they deserve every dime they get, but I think it should come 100% from the cruise line themselves. If we tip them, they should get that tip cash to them. I had the bartenders on the bars, they split the tips. We've seen that personally. It all goes into a jar, and that's on top of the 18 to 20%. So cruise ship workers, they have a hard job. I wouldn't want to do their job. They deserve their pay, but I do think it should fall more on the cruise line itself, not us to give them the money. If you want to tip somebody, give them cash, give it to them personally, tell them thank you. And it goes a lot longer to me. I would just rather pay them whoever helps me personally on my cruise, not pooled tips or anything like that. Because if it's pooled together, I don't want to be paying for next week's cruise. I want the people who helped me, get my tip. That's what I want. So either way, they work hard. They definitely have a hard job, and I'll say to them.
Well, I think
They do a
we
great
can
job.
all agree on that, and I think the whole chat can agree on that.
Yeah,
that
absolutely.
I've never seen anybody on a cruise ship slack. I mean, I've never
No.
had a slack service.
We've had some that are better than others, but
Right.
they all work really hard.
Right.
Pretty grueling, actually.
So I'm gonna go ahead and start the poll question here. So you're gonna either vote for Roy or Lisa, and which one do you think articulated what their point of view the best? And even if maybe you believe in leaving them on or taking them off, and you felt the other kind of swayed you a little bit, vote for who you think articulated this to the point where it tugged on your heartstrings one way or the other. So let's go ahead and ask this question right here. Well, that didn't work.
Oh dear.
Pressure, Michelle.
So this is how I feel. I feel like that we are incredibly blessed to be able to go on cruises. And if there is a chance that I would be taking money away from somebody by not giving my tips, prepaid gratuities, then I would just feel horrible that I did not.
But is that because the cruise line has guilted you into feeling that way because they're not paying their people enough?
That could be true, but I also have communicated
Playing devil's advocate there
with enough of those people that we have built rapport with those people, and that we have learned their stories. We've learned about their kids and their families back home and what they're going through. And I would just be crushed if I knew that I took money away from them that they could have had.
Yeah, and then Michelle's also the one that posts all these dog pictures on Facebook all the time that I have to tell her, please stop doing that, because she's so tenderhearted with everything. And that's great. That's why I love her, right? So we've got 2 minutes here. You got 2 minutes to vote. Pretty close race, 58-42 right now. Lisa, anything, Lisa or Roy, you'd like to say and kind of closing out? I mean, not really debating anything anymore. Any cruises you got coming up maybe? How can people find you? I know you said earlier your Facebook, your YouTube channels, but any cruises like Roy you got coming up in the next 6 months to a year that you're looking forward to?
Well, we're going on the Norwegian Aqua, September 1st out of New York. We're really excited about that. First time out of New York, first time on Norwegian since COVID. So we're really excited. World America Part 2 in October. We're doing the Star Princess on Thanksgiving. It's another new ship. We're doing Enchantment from Princess. I get them too confused, but New Year's cruise, that's going to be fun. We have a Norway cruise next year, the Norwegian Fords. That's going to be awesome. And then we just booked a Canadian cruise as well.
Oh, wow.
Next fall in October next year. So we got a lot of cool stuff. We are going to throw some land vacations in there as well.
Have you ever done a riverboat? I got an email from Celebrity this week asking me about riverboats, and I was like, wow.
Well, we haven't done that type of river stuff, but we have done that riverboat in New Orleans, like the paddle wheel riverboats and stuff. So we did that, but not anything like the riverboat that Celebrity's pushing.
Okay. All right, Miss Lisa, I know you said you just got off a cruise. If you want to if you want to share this, if you don't want to share that, that's fine too. But maybe tell us the cruise ship you just got off and what you're looking forward to in the future here with some cruises maybe coming up in the next year or so.
Sure. I've done 2 cruises actually in the past month and a half.
Wow.
I was on the Mardi Gras and that was great. And I did the same itinerary almost, except Belize was added on the Magic. We actually drove down to Orlando and took the Bright Line from Orlando down to Miami. Stayed at a great hotel, and the casino picked us up, which was a blessing. So we didn't have to deal with Miami's port. And the casino took us right back to the Bright Line when we got back. It was wonderful. That was on the Magic. So, and then coming up, I've got a 4-day cruise over Labor Day on the Elation, which I'm excited about, out of Jacksonville. Nice. Then over Thanksgiving, we are sailing on the Miracle out of Tampa, and we are going that same route. I've done the Bahamas so much, I'm like ready to go to the other side a lot. So we're once again we're going on an 8-day that time, and we're going to Grand Cayman, who we have a friend that lives there. That'll be great. And then we're going to Cozumel, Roatan, and Belize again. And then in January, I've got a back-to-back on the Spirit. That's partially a birthday cruise for me. So we're leaving on January the 15th out of Miami on the, on the Sunrise, not the Spirit, Sunrise. And we'll be doing a back-to-back then. And then I also have on April the 4th on the Magic again. I'm taking my son on his 35th birthday cruise, very first time he's ever cruised, provided he gets a passport. I won't take a passport. And then the end of next year are on the Vista next September, which I've never been on the Vista. So that's out of Port Canaveral, and I'm excited about that one too. Most of the cruises I book are casino offers. So, I'm just paying port fees, taxes, and gratuities. And maybe that's why I don't pay the full cruise fare. So gratuities to me, are just what I feel like I need to pay. I'm not paying that whole cruise fare. And then my last cruise I have booked in 2026 is an 8-day over next Thanksgiving on with a group of YouTubers, and we're going on the Liberty out of New Orleans, and that's it. I don't have anything booked in 2027 yet.
Wow.
I'm just kind of trying to see, what's going to happen. I don't know yet.
Right.
There's one cruise I want to book in 2027. That's the uncruise with a bunch of people. But I don't have an offer yet for the casino. So I'm just kind of trying to sit back and wait and see what comes up.
Yeah, I think that one's a couple of weeks before we go on ours. I think in 2027. Yeah, I didn't realize that they had that one booked, but we booked ours in February the 27th. And I think they're going
We're going before
early February.
February 14th.
Yeah. They're going 2 weeks before us. All right, so it looks like Roy, you made a push there because normally it was 80-20 in the other vote. But it does look like it was 64-36 in favor of Lisa. So I definitely want to thank you guys, and then also thank everybody that was in here for voting and sticking around. And Lisa and Roy, thank you so much.
Yes,
if you ever need us, let us
Welcome.
know. We'll come on your channels and just talk. We may not have an internet, but we just talk.
Roy, it was a pleasure, Roy. I'm so happy to meet you.
Absolutely, and enjoy all those cruises. I mean,
you too.
If we got those kind of offers, we'd be Carnival's #1 fan. We've never got a free cruise offer, so them cruise offers makes a difference. I promise.
Yeah. Exactly. Well,
all right, thank y'all both so much. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
All right, so that was fun. Maybe
fun.
we need to start doing this again. Still the old La Liga Loca cruise war things and come up with different topics and have a good time on it. So I'll try to real quick post some of your thoughts here, your comments here. But this is some studying that I did, some notes I took from the Embrace Today, also going on CLIA's website and looking at some information here. Number one, I didn't know if you knew this or not, but Indian, Indonesian, and Filipino are the three nationalities that are the most. It's 55 to 70% of all cruise ships is those three. And the average income to live a middle-class lifestyle in the Philippines is $800 a month. So in India, I have it on here on ChatGPT. I have to look at, I think it was like the very low poor was like $135, but like 150 to 250 was considered middle class. So in a lot of countries, these cruise ships and these cruise lines, they're getting these people from very poor countries that even if you came in and listen, you got 100% of the tips, that's great, and you got paid nothing from Carnival or the other cruise lines. I'm saying Carnival because that's who we've went the most time. They're going to make a very good living for their country. Now, here in the U.S., we got the mindset that how much we make, and I get that. And again, once I say this stuff right here in the last 5-6 minutes, 2 or 3 minutes, I'll tell you, Michelle's already kind of gave her opinion on it. I'll kind of give you my opinion on what I think. But these are some numbers that I heard that kind of blew me away.
It is shocking. Really, it is.
Yeah. Let's see. A lot of them take the pool of money. They share it with those behind the scenes. is pulled within the sailing of that particular cruise ship and that cruise line. Not all cruise lines do that. Holland America pulls the money and distributes it amongst the entire fleet, not the ship. So if you think you're giving your money on that ship to that particular person, you're really giving it to quite a few ships. Now, does that really matter to you or not? It may not, because it's
Does it all wash? I mean, I don't know.
Does it all wash out? I don't know, but they don't do that. Also, Princess pulls and distributes it for the entire fleet, but not specific to a sailing and ship as well. So Princess does that similar as well. Also, Princess charges you like $18 a day for like a service fee. Gratuity is volunteer. That's why people have the option to go on the next to last day and take it off. So it is for some of them. Now, some cruise lines, it is considered a service fee and you can't take it off. But most of them do that. Also at the bar, a lot of times it's 18 to 20% already added to already. So you're not only paying the 18 to 20% gratuity at the bar, you're adding, if you give them another $1, $2, $5, whatever that's on top of the 18% that they're already splitting. Now that goes into a bartending pool, not just in the Red Frog pub, all the bars on the ship, and then they distribute that out.
So if I add $1 to every drink that I get, do they get that, or does that go in the pool?
It goes in the pool. If you give them a $1 bill yourself, they keep the $1 bill. Okay. Right. So if you want to tip with cash and know they get it right then give them cash. If you're going to add $1 and sign for it on $1, then it goes into a pool. Okay. So that's one thing to think about if you're wanting to really give people the money you really like somebody. Cash is king, right? Somebody said that earlier. MSC and Norwegian call it a service charge. You cannot take it off. People say they take off and pay individuals for gratuities. I do want to say this on the Embrace Today video. They take off their gratuities, but they also take the full amount and tip the full amount to people on the ship that they so for example, if it's $1,000, they'll go back, take the $1,000 off.
Yeah, she said they did not do it to save money.
They didn't do it to save money. They took that $1,000 and then divided out to who they felt
was the most worthy.
Was most worthy of it. Now, again, that doesn't help the person that you don't see. Mm-hmm. But they did say they don't take the whole amount off. So if you go back and watch their video, she'll mention that.
It's very interesting.
So I also want to say real quick, cruise lines, one thing that's pretty obvious, and especially those that have cruised for a very long time, even back to before the early 90s, is that the cruise lines have shifted the guilt to customers instead of taking responsibility and paying people more money.
That's true.
That's just kind of like corporate America right now, though, right? You'll use a temporary service to bring temporary help in to save money on. They're bringing these folks in from the poor countries to come in at cheaper wages. And then, yes, they hope that you will tip heavily so that they get the money. And these employees know that. Not saying it's right or wrong, right now, but they know that. So they kind of give them an idea. Okay, if you come in here, you're going to get tipped between $700 and $1,200 a month on average. And then you're going to make $700 to $800 or $1,000 a month, your normal pay. Now they work 10, 12 hours a day, 7 days a week, but that's kind of how that works. So I did the math on this, and listen to this. On the Royal Princess at $18 a person, that ship holds 3,560 guests. Huh?
$18 a person per day.
Right. I'm getting ready to explain that, Michelle. Okay. This ain't my job interview, and you're trying to get me on a math question here now. 3,560 guests at double occupancy. $18 a day is 640.80 times 7 days is 448,560. And then you divide that by 1,346 crew. That comes out to $333.25 a week per person tip that they get. That's on a perfect world 7 day sailing. So then you multiply that times 4 in a month. Some months there's a couple that, there's 52 weeks in a year. So in tips, they would get $1,333. If you took 20% of you, if 80% say they leave it on and 20% say they took it off, which Can't do that with them.
Do
It'd be 1,073.
do some people get bigger percentages than others? That's just the even.
Right. That's
per
just, I
person.
just took it even across the middle. I mean, even, you know, some of them may get 30%, some get more percentages, lower percentages, depending on where you work at. I just took it average for the whole ship. Don't try to do a work thing like, well, Mike, you need to figure 40% for this and 30% for this.
I just want to think, just to think about it.
Mm-hmm.
So, what is the biggest thing that I was surprised when she showed the paycheck stub?
Well, she showed a paycheck stub on, again, Embrace Today is the name of the channel, 100,000 views on it. It was a Royal Caribbean paycheck stub. And what they do is they go ahead and pay them up front like they really got all the 100% of the gratuity.
Mm-hmm.
And they had took like $900 off.
Right. They get a set amount of their salary,
Mm-hmm.
and that's all they get. So if they get so much tips, then that they minus that from the salary that they have to give them. So that makes the more tips we give, then the less salary that that cruise line has to give them to make up the difference to that whole person's, you know, salary that they signed a contract for.
All right. So we got 4. We're going to go ahead and tell you, I mean, Michelle kind of told it. We've always tipped. Listen, and I'm not saying this to flex. I'm not at all. And listen, I need to be more spiritual than I am, but I feel like all money is God's money anyway. And we're just stewards with his money on and using it as vessels. So we've always tipped, left it on. We always go above and beyond. Again, I'm not saying this to flex. We usually flex our rooms. We tip our room steward anywhere from $60 to $120. I think 60 would be the least amount,
just depending on the days,
number of days, but usually it's $80 to $100. You know, we've done more, $120, $140.
Yes.
I always give the room steward a $20 bill on the very first day and say, hey, can you get me a bucket of ice every day? And a lot of times they'll do it twice a day. We always tip $1 or $2 at the bars, no matter, even if we got the drink party, I mean the drink or not. Also, if we see somebody cleaning the stairs or outside, you know, swabbing the deck, or somebody's in the bathroom cleaning, and I got $1 or $2 on me or a chip or something, I'll give it to them just whenever I feel led to do it. I don't, you know, do it every person I see or anything like that. So
if somebody touches my heart,
right. Now,
I'm gonna give them some money.
We did meet a guy, and I've talked to people about this, and people are like, oh, they were just saying that to make you feel bad for him. I don't think he was. It was a gentleman on the horizon, and he told us he was from Bali.
And we just loved him.
He was great. He was awesome. And before he could get on the ship, he had saved up money working in Bali to buy a cow and some chickens. And he had to
brought in income for his family.
Right. Brought food in for him. Before he could get onto the Carnival Cruise Line, he had to sell the cow to get the money to pay for his visa and his passport to come work for Carnival. And, man, that just broke, it just broke my heart when I heard that. I mean, you know, he knew that he was getting on a ship. He'd already sold some chickens and this cow. So his family had, you know,
and he was taking care of his parents, his children, his wife, and a sibling.
Yeah. So it's yeah, when I meant chips earlier, I meant like Doritos and Lay's potato chips, not casino chips. It's, you know, me, Big Mike, I'm gonna have Doritos or French fries or Fritos or something, Turkey. You know. No, I'm just picking. But listen, it all really comes down to what you feel in your heart. If it doesn't bother you and you don't have a problem with it, then don't, you know, take it off and do whatever you want to with it. I just personally, we do it. Not guilting you. You don't have to tell us. I think it's incredibly awesome that Roy came on here and told his opinion on it and how he handled it. Even the channel Embrace Today, being open and honest about how they do it.
And I think it's crappy that they don't pay the workers
better. It is crappy. I mean, when we keep the, you know, minimum wage down to like $7 an hour or $7.50, things like that happen, you know. But I'm telling you right now, if you paid them all $15 an hour, nobody would tip.
Nope.
And nobody,
it would be a lot more costly.
I tell you, yeah, if you think about it, if you're getting $18 a day a person and nobody's going to tip you, and then you said minimum wage was $15, they're losing $3. Plus they're losing, I mean, they would lose money. So I think it's a great topic. I think all of you need to do what's best in your heart, what you feel for other people. And you know, don't forget the people in ports too. You know, they work off tips, the drivers and other
I tip
people as
those
well.
too.
We tip them all. Just hey, just like flipping. And now I ain't got a job. Tip me. Give me a tip. I need a job tip. Somebody give me a job tip. All right, go check out Betsy and Mike tonight. Again, thanks for Lisa and Roy for coming on. Thanks for
Thank
the
you
chat.
guys so much.
Go check out Embrace Today's videos. I guess you got 2 of them on there. You may agree with them, you may disagree with them. Go ahead and leave them a comment on there as well. But it was good stuff. Y'all have a good evening.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.